What's at stake for all of us right now if we don't figure out how to have sustainable business is a world that is going to look very different for us and our children and our grandchildren. A world that is going to be incredibly impoverished financially, but also in terms of the experience that we have, whether it's breathing clean air or exploring wild places, and having access to clean drinking water. Studies show that right now we're consuming about 1.6 planets with our current patterns of consumption. That's clearly not sustainable. And what we're seeing as a result, climate change, so all the extreme weather events. With those extreme weather events, we get destruction of private property, of homes. We have massive soil runoff, so we have lower productivity for our farming. We see on the West Coast in this country no water, right, where we have agriculture in deserts, which was stupid to begin with. But we have these real and growing challenges environmentally, globally. Then on the social side, we've got the strife that we're seeing in the Middle East and other places. So we have a lot of those, conflicts actually, some of them really come back to resources and water, particularly in the Middle East. In Iran, all of the almond farms that are very water intensive are completely, they've turned to desert. As we start to see more of this kind of impact, we're seeing more and more immigration and conflict, right, for people and poverty. Sustainability must move from a niche and mainstream to a mainstream approach, and actually I believe it already is beginning for a number of reasons. One is the social and environmental imperative. We won't have any choice very soon. We've got to figure out how to manage our natural resources. We've got to figure out how to deal with the social challenges, whether it's war or poverty or empowerment. Secondly, the trends of commodification and globalization for business has also been really problematic. As everything has become focused on price, and up until the 50s, people were thinking about value when they bought products. So value could mean artisanship, durability, quality, as well as price. I mean, price was always part of it. But then after the 50s, as we kind of went into this growth consumption mode, price became the primary focus. Low prices generally means exploiting the environment and exploiting people, because at a certain point you can't take prices any lower without doing that. That whole process has really created an imperative to change that, because it's destructive for everybody. It's destructive for business and their profits. It's destructive for the environment. It's destructive for people. And so we've got to redefine value. Value to me needs to be defined as something that is sustainable, environmentally, socially, and economically, something that is at a price point that is reasonable for all in the chain, something that is good quality, if it's appropriate in what the product is, the durability and artisanship, so it's not like a quick throwaway thing. All of those things are elements or pieces that we need to look at in value, but sustainability needs to be core to value. We've seen the definitions of value shift very quickly in the past. There's a great book called Cheap that sort of documents this, says, we did have a very different definition of value up until the 50s, then really shifted. We can shift it back. When we define it differently, we'll then make our shopping decisions or our business decisions differently.